Yeah, I was really proud of our effort today. We had a couple goals. One of them obviously was to win, and the other one was to manage the minutes really well because, we want to do something special and go on a deep run. And so to be able to do both of those, I thought we got a really good effort from a lot of people on both ends of the ball. We talked coming into the game that it was really going to be important that on defense, we understood coverages. We flew around and really were able to do a good job. And then offensively, take care of the ball in the press, take care of the ball in the half court. We know we can score the ball. And so the most important thing is that we take care of it. I mean, we were 48% from the floor. We were 38 from three, 90 from the free throw line. And so if we don't turn it over, we're going to get, plus 70 every night, and that's always going to give us a chance. And then with me, I have Cece Mays and Aislinn Hayes, who both had really good nights and shot the ball really well, and that's an important part of what we do. But, I thought their efforts really were important on both ends and taking care of the ball, and they were highly involved in the press break today. So really good efforts from both of them.
All right, thank you. We'll open up for questions.
Grant Traylor Marshall. Coach, I know both these young ladies were here last year. How important was the experience factor and for them to sort of set the tone for some of the players that hadn't been here in a different setting?
Yeah, experience in the postseason is just such a huge thing. You can't quantify it, but it's always hard to do things for the first time. And so the fact that we have so many players that, are back and won this last year, you know what it's like to be here. And so I thought, all the returners actually had a really good start to the game and did a good job and brought the intensity. Our walkthrough today, practice yesterday, I thought we've done a good job and the prep piece and how that's going to play out. And, at the end of the year, you kind of are who you are. And the good news for us is we are a team that can score the ball. And so we've spent the last, month making sure that we understand what we need to do to take care of the ball and then how we're going to get enough stops so that, every day we're just going to try to keep the other team under 60 and us to get to 70.
And every time in the postseason, it feels like you have to have players step up. Maybe players that hadn't necessarily done so regular season or had been a little more inconsistent or whatever the case may be. But first quarter defensively, you all go and jump to a big lead, and Leosha was a huge part of that with three shots down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought Leosha had a really good game. She ended up with 6 points and probably could have had a couple more. But defensively, she was moving really well. She alters shots. I mean, that's the biggest piece is it gives us somebody in there who can really change, people's shots when they get down the paint. But offensively, I thought both of them did a good job. They tried to help off her early. She relocated, and that gave them some problems. But, we held them to 8 in the first and 9 in the third. And defensively, we really worked. And that's going to be the piece for us that will matter is you've got to be able to fly around. We've got to have the legs to fly around. And so that'll be on all of us to make sure that we recover really well. And, we take that part just as serious as the rest of it so that we can do the same thing tomorrow.
And then kind of building off that, Coach, we'll start with the players and then follow up with you. How important was it, that 8-point first quarter, getting off to that head start? You guys get a fairly comfortable lead, and then, you maintain it throughout the game. How important was that to start off hot?
You want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. I think it was, a great, momentum start because, we came out hot, and I feel like the team that comes out hot is kind of the team that ends up winning and not – our defense was just amazing today, and we just wanted it.
Yeah. And, just to kind of piggyback off what she said, like she said, the first team to come out hot, we wanted to throw the first punch and set the tone, and I think that kind of carried that momentum into the rest of the game, and, we got the dub, so it's good.
Yeah, I agree. I think, because of our ability to score, we have that ability to jump people really early. And, I know, when you look at how you have to defend us, you're going to have to, people have to pick and choose. And I thought, they stayed out early on shooters, and we did a great job getting to the rim. Ace got to the rim early, Cece got to the rim, and then they tried to help off. And, and that's I think what's always hard when you're playing teams that shoot a lot of threes is you got to pick and choose at times what you want to give up. And but there were still lots of possessions we could be better at. I thought there was a couple times we got downhill, and that person was probably the one that should have scored. And so we'll show those to make sure we keep moving forward because, I thought we were pretty good today. We still can be 10 possessions better on both ends, and that's going to be our goal all week.
And then another one for both the players, a really physical game. You saw, every shot was contested just about. How did you guys maintain your composure with that physical of a game and still come out and score on your offense?
I can say like getting downhill and hitting the corners, like just hitting open people when they were open. I feel like it opened a lot of stuff for us early, just making the easy passes.
Yeah, as far as the physicality piece, I think we're kind of a team that's like built for that. You know, we're not afraid of contact, so you know we know how to handle that really well.
Yeah.
For CCNA, how important was it? They went on a little bit of a run late in the second quarter. I think Ace hits a three, and then y'all get a steal and bucket by Mare to go back up double digits. How important was that last minute of the second quarter to lead into the momentum of the third?
I think it was, you know, really important because it kind of gave us the momentum back because, you know, they kind of went out on the run for a little bit and we kind of counteracted that and we went into the second half with a little bit more momentum. So I think that helped us and we started the second half off really well. I think we got a stop, score. You know, that was something that we emphasized in our team huddle.
Yeah.
You know, Meredith was like, hey, you know, let's come out with the punch and let's come out, stop, score. And we did that and that helped us a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the same thing what she said. Mir, she was big. She was like score, stop, score, and I feel like everyone, you know, locked in and did what we had to do.
Yeah, I think you know sometimes you get these little micro minutes in games that have huge influences, and they had obviously made a big run and they had hit that three, and then for Ace to come down and hit a three and Meredith to get that steal. You know, I think if we looked over the course of the season, we've kind of had these little small minutes go against us that have made it hard, and we've had to dig out of that. And when you can have that and get that, you know, that kind of momentum going into halftime and push the lead back up, I thought that was huge for us to come out. And then we've talked about it, you know, and the last thing I said to Cece, let's make sure we're dialed in to start the third. And I thought we had a really good start to the third because we didn't want to let that momentum shift away and have them build a little bit. And I thought we came out and had a really good start, which mattered.
In the flow of the game, did you all realize you held them to one field goal in the third quarter at all, or
We knew.
the intensity picked up after halftime?
Yeah, for sure.
I can say I didn't because I was just playing out there. But I mean, that's what we've been working on in practice. You know, being more aggressive with our zone. So it showed today.
Yeah. I thought the last 2 minutes of the third, we were really trying to manage some of the minutes. And those last 2 minutes, I think, took about 15. It was the longest 2 clock minutes, and, you know, that wasn't the fourth quarter in a while.
Ace, for you specifically, first half, it felt like you'd been here. Obviously, you've been here before. It seemed just very easy for you and in the flow and everything. 17 first half points. What was really working for you today?
I can say like my teammates, they were in the right spots. When I would drive, I would kick it out to them. Leosha, she came big too. I can just say like my teammates, like I wouldn't get what
humble.
I get.
I'm not gonna let her be humble. She's a bucket. She's a bucket getter.
No, but they open up a lot of stuff, and then Cece, she hit the first three, and so that really motivated me. Like, okay, let's do this. So.
Yeah, it becomes a really hard challenge when you have three-point shooters standing around when she drives, and then Leosha's able to relocate. I mean, it puts you in some really tough decisions on what you're trying to do on defense. And I thought over the course of the game they changed strategy a couple times, and we adjusted really well.
And Coach, just one final one here from Zoom. Just a quick one, you know, with the format of the tournament, what do you see tomorrow in Texas State?
You know, it's great because we already know who we're playing. So, you know, normally in the tournaments you have to do all this kind of game prep in the middle of everything and scouts, and so this helps us out. So we have the Texas State scout done, and we're ready, and, you know, there's going to be a lot of full court press, and so it'll really matter that we do as good a job today handling that. I think that'll be the biggest key is that same thing. We got to take care of the ball. They're going to add a ton of pressure, and we need to be able to make sure we get down the court and then play in the half court.